Hello everybody. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I've had a video up. Hubby was on holidays. I had a couple of doctor's appointments and it was just kind of nice to take a break from everything, and I think I'm finally feeling much better. I'm almost like at 100% of how I was feeling like early in May. So I talked about that in my last video. If you want to know a little bit about what I've been going through, you can watch that. But this was a Sunday morning. I was just making myself a protein coffee. We're just heading out to pick a few things up at the grocery store. And one of the things I wanted to get was a little bit of produce. I wanted to get a cucumber and a red pepper. And I'm just going to go ahead and make my Greek salad. I know you have seen this 100 times, but it's just one of those things that we really like. And I'm cleaning up a couple of things from the pantry and the fridge. And this just seemed like a really easy dinner. So I just take an English cucumber, chop it up, a red pepper, chop it up, and then a can of black olives and some Greek dressing and some feta cheese, mix it all up and then put it into the fridge. But I think it was just the perfect time just to kind of step back from everything. Like, really, I didn't turn any of my computers on that I use for YouTube, so I do apologize. I wasn't, doing comments or anything like that. So I just really needed kind of a break. I had a couple of appointments with a gynecologist coming up with a game plan. I opened up that I have a pretty significant size fibroid in my uterus, and it's been giving me a lot of problems. But once I had the appointment, the doctor was very reassuring that, having a game plan, trying out some medication, hopefully after a little bit of time, it will reduce the size of my fibroid and hopefully not to have surgery and all of that. And he seemed pretty confident that it would work. And he also just reassured me that sometimes you might have to do a second dose of the medication. So only time will tell. So I think for a little while I was kind of stressed. I was kind of worried. I had a couple of other tests and all of that to just make sure that everything was okay. And then just to kind of enjoy a couple of weeks off, just, from routine, and just have some slower days, some little day trips, being productive around the house and everything. It felt really good, and I think it's kind of like what everybody needed. So now I'm just trying to get back into the groove of everything and get back onto focusing on my health and everything, and that was something I was working on earlier in the year with my whole journey. So if you want to know more about that, you can check on my channel. So I have the salad made. I took out some souvlaki that I bought a couple of weeks ago that was on sale, so we're just going to have a really quick, easy dinner. But I wanted to make a dessert because I was planning on making this around Father's Day weekend, and I didn't get around to it because I wasn't feeling the greatest, and we just wanted to keep everything really simple. So I had all of the ingredients and I really wanted to do it today. So I took a sleeve of just the store brand graham wafers, and I'm just using my rolling pin just to break them all up. And I didn't want to get my little ninja chopper and all of that. I just thought it'd be more of a mess. So I just took a sleeve of the crackers, got them broken down, and then I took half a cup of butter and just melted it down, and then I'm just going to mix this all together and then put it in the bottom of my baking dish here. I don't have a recipe to link. I just kind of was looking at some different recipes. My mom used to make this and it was a family favorite, and I just want to continue the tradition. So I'm not going to bake the crust. I should have patted it down a little bit tighter, but in the past when I've made a crust, it's been so hard that it was really hard to kind of even break it up. So I was kind of messing around with seeing how loose I wanted it and not to, pat it down that it was so rock hard. So to my KitchenAid mixer, I'm taking a couple of packages of cream cheese, gonna whip them up. I'm not gonna use quite a half a cup of white sugar. I think a little bit less. I think a quarter of a cup would have been great. A couple of the recipes that I was looking at, they said to use a cup of sugar, and I just thought that was way too much. And then I'm also putting a little bit of lemon juice in here, and then just letting the KitchenAid mixer do all of the work. The KitchenAid mixer, it does take up a lot of room on the counter, but it's just one of those appliances that I am very thankful to have because it just makes it so much easier to whip up a lot of things. So I definitely want to keep that out, and I'm very thankful to have it. So once that was all whipped up, I'm just taking a container of Cool Whip and mixing it all in because I know this has some sweetness into it, and I didn't think that it needed all of the extra sugar. And I think this is a perfect combination. And when it comes to like cheesecakes, I would much rather a no-bake cheesecake. I find it's lighter it's easier to make than trying to bake it, and all of like the sour cream and all of the extra ingredients and everything that goes into a baked one. I prefer the no bake, and they're just so quick and easy to throw together. So I'm just taking all of the cream cheese and the whipped topping and putting it all in here and just going to spread it all out, and then all it has to do is sit in the refrigerator, and then we'll be able to enjoy it for dinner because we're going to be going out for most of the afternoon. And I just wanted to get everything done so that way when we came home the kitchen was clean, the dishwasher would have been run, and we could empty it and get everything ready to go. And I just thought, I kept putting this off and putting this off on making it, and I'm cleaning out those last little things from the pantry that have been in there for a bit, and then the cream cheese and the Cool Whip was taking up room in the fridge and freezer, and I just thought the time was right because we are getting pretty close to the end of strawberry season, and I definitely wanted to take advantage of those beautiful local strawberries because they are going to be the centerpiece of the no-bake cheesecake, and that is what the topping is going to be. So I will link this recipe down below. It's from Sally's Baking Addiction, and I just did a Google search for like no-bake strawberry cheesecake topping or something, and I found this. So it's a tablespoon of cornstarch, 3 tablespoons of water, then you whisk it all up, and then you add in a pound of strawberries. I am using fresh ones, but you could do this you know, with frozen strawberries or ones that were on sale at the store. But this would be great to do too, even in the winter time. I think I'm gonna, you know, break up my strawberries in 1 pound because I think this would be really great too. If I had some yogurt or if we had pancakes or something in the winter months, I think this would be kind of like a nice little addition to some of our meals. So anyways, I just put this on the stovetop. I'm just checking the instructions again. And then you just kind of bring it to a boil and then let it cook for 5 minutes and reduce the heat. And then as it sits, it will thicken up, and just the bright, vibrant colors of the strawberries. These ones aren't as sweet as the ones a couple of weeks ago, but there's still no comparison to like anything you buy in the grocery store. Nothing better than the ones that are, you know, fresh picked that morning. And I just wanted to have some kind of a topping, and this definitely is so much better than any can of pie filling that you would make. So it's one of those recipes that you might like to have. You can throw it into a jar and just have it in the fridge for any kind of topping. It would be really nice on vanilla ice cream too. So while that's cooling, I'm gonna go ahead and make some cold brew. Hubby actually asked for this. So I'm just taking a cup of this Snickers coffee that I got at Winners, and we're not big iced coffee drinkers. I actually find it's kind of bitter and it's not that strong. Usually if I get an iced coffee at Starbucks, I like to get like an iced espresso. That's usually my favorite, the shaken espressos, and I get it with like sugar-free vanilla syrup and a little bit of cream in it. But hubby was actually asking for this because when I made it last time, he actually really enjoyed it. And I don't know if it's the way that I make it, if it's stronger, if it's the flavor. So I take 1 cup of the coffee, I put it into the little filter here, and then when I was at Walmart, I just decided to buy like one of the large bottles of water. I think it's a liter, which is perfect for this, instead of like trying to fill it up and all of that. So I just poured it all in here. I'm just going to take my knife and then stir it up a little bit, and then I put the lid on, and I'm going to let this sit in the refrigerator for at least 24 hours. I wouldn't want to do it any less than 24 hours from what I've heard. You know, the longer it sits, sometimes the better it is and the stronger it is. So I'm just going to go put it in my little shelf in the fridge. So I have some caramel macchiato creamer, and then I have a little bit of the caramel cold foam. So I think that will be really good to try, you know, just an iced coffee. So anyways, there is the strawberries. It's been 5 minutes, so I'm just going to go ahead and set them to the side to cool. I'm just going to go ahead and put the lid on so that way when we get back, they'll be fine. And then I just quickly packed a few little things, some drinks along with our water bottles, just some fruits, some little Fiber One bars, and then we were picking up, we did an online order for Subway, and we just got some subs with lots of like fresh veggies and everything. So that was our little picnic lunch. We were out by the water and all of that, and it was really nice. So that we're home now, and I had a couple of potatoes in my fridge. So I'm just gonna take them, dice them up, toss them with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and then this Greek seasoning that I bought at Costco. I'm going to throw them into the air fryer on roast, and then the night before I had made a dinner that everybody liked, so Andrew will have that for leftovers because he does not like what I am making for dinner tonight. So it's trying to find the balance, and then I was also cleaning a few things out of the fridge and freezer. And it's just a really quick, easy dinner. I didn't want anything complicated, and there's going to be leftovers for our lunch the next day for hubby and I, and that's really important. That's one of the things I've been trying to do, is plan ahead a little bit. So I took out the souvlaki for dinner, and then I also took out the chicken teriyaki pineapple sausages. I know I've been talking about them. I got them at Costco. So I took a package of them out too. So I'm just getting everything ready for hubby. So he's going to grill these souvlakis. He told me not to buy these again, so I won't. Just getting them out of the packaging and everything, it's just not the easiest. And then he's going to grill these sausages. I did have a couple of peppers from my last pickup order, and I wanted to use them up. So he's going to grill them. And then I also had these pineapple skewers that I wanted to try a couple of weeks ago, and they're really good. So he's going to grill all of this, but we're not going to eat all of this tonight. So this was our dinner: some tzatziki, the chicken, the potatoes, and then there's the Greek salad. It was really, really good. I decided to go with the potatoes, but if I wouldn't have done the potatoes, I think some pita bread would have been really nice with the tzatziki, but I did have the potatoes and I wanted to use them up. So dinner is done, so I'm just going ahead and prepping lunch. So that will be my husband's lunch tomorrow. I gave him the rest of the potatoes and the chicken and then the salad. I'm just going to break that up, so he will have that, and then the rest of the salad and the souvlaki I'm just going to put in containers, and then I'll be able to have that. And this is, I think I've had my fill of this. I do have some pork souvlaki, but I think what I'll do is I would probably just take it out of the packaging and then just fry it up, and then just kind of have that meat prep, and it would be really easy to make some wraps with it, just some lettuce, a little bit of tzatziki, and then just some fresh fruit and veggies on the side. Would be really quick, easy lunches to prep. And then I'm just taking everything else that he grilled here, putting it into one container, and then we'll deal with that tomorrow. I'm going to prep lunches for a little bit later in the week, but I don't have to worry about that, and it's all taken care of. So now that everything is done, it is time for dessert. A little bit of a bigger slice of dessert tonight, just because we had a really busy day. I just wanted to enjoy it, and there it is. The crust was definitely crumbly, but I was okay with it. It was so good, and this sauce, I will definitely make this again. So I will link the recipe down below, and just the vibrant color and just the freshness of it was amazing. The weekend is over, holidays are over, everybody's kind of back to routine. And I'm making my protein coffee in the morning. It just works really well for me. I find when I do this in the morning, it sets me up for success. So I had a busy morning. I was with the dogs and doing a bunch of stuff outside, a bunch of stuff in the house and all of that. Now it's lunchtime. So I have some coconut milk and rice, and I'm going to cook this and then set it aside. And then we're going to do some rice bowls after I'm done eating lunch. So for my lunch, I'm just having the leftovers. I just took some of the salad, the rest of the souvlaki, and some tzatziki. A little bit too much salad. I couldn't eat it all. And then there wasn't enough potatoes for myself. So I'm just finishing up these grain-free tortilla chips. I saw them at Walmart and decided to pick them up. They were pretty good. They're a little bit pricey, but if you have to eat grain-free, I would say definitely give them a try. And then, of course, I have my water too. So I'm just going to go ahead and enjoy my lunch. I couldn't eat all of the salad or the chips. It was just a little bit too much, but definitely focused on the chicken and the protein and just ate till I felt like I was full. So now it is time to go ahead and make lunches for the next couple of days for hubby and I. So I fluffed up the rice, and then I'm adding a little bit of that sweet chili, no sugar added G sauce. It is a little, it's actually pretty spicy, but I thought it'd give the rice a nice little bit of a kick too. So I put half a cup of rice in all 4 containers, and then for hubby's lunches I added a little bit more just because there was a little bit left. And then I'm just taking the peppers, dicing them up, and I'm going to add them in, and then 1 sausage into each bowl, and then also the pineapple. It's chili lime, I think. It was $5 for the package. I just thought it was kind of nice to have. It's one of those things where you want to try it. I don't know if I would pick it up again, but I was definitely glad I had it. I think it would be just as easy to have like fresh pineapple, but it was kind of interesting, like the different flavors, and it gives you a little bit of idea of what you can do. But these sausages are so quick and easy, and they're just different. It's really hard to find like chicken sausages where I live, and then the last time I went to Costco, I found a whole bunch of them. So I'm just taking the pineapple off the skewers, a little messy, but I'm just going to chop them all up and then top it on here. And it ain't pretty, but it's definitely going to be a really good balanced lunch with the chicken sausage for the protein, the veggies, and the rice. I just find it's very filling and satisfying, and that's really what I've been trying to focus on. And hubby's, you know, doing the same thing. So anyways, here are the lunches. So his two are on here, and then my two are on the other side. There's not as much rice in them. So whenever I go to put the lids on, I was just looking. So my husband really likes these containers. I'm going to have to pick up some more. And then I had one red lid, so that way I know the red one is his, and then the two green ones will be mine. These lids always like break and crack. He's not a fan of them, but I definitely need to pick a few more of these ones up because those are the ones that he really likes for his lunches, and I only have two of them. So anyways, whenever I was done with lunch, our HelloFresh delivery had come, and this is something we've just been using for the past, 2 months, I think. I have a bunch of coupon codes that I've been using. So this week it was 20% off, and it just works really well for us with portions. It's really clean ingredients, and it gives us a variety of meals. So what I usually do is I get 5 dinners of 2 servings. So I'm just kind of organizing everything, putting it into the fridge, taking out the ice packs, putting in the freezer so we can reuse them, and then just kind of organizing everything. And this is what we have for dinners this week. So I get 5 dinners of 2. So the first night we're going to have this 1-pot Southwest beef and cavatappi. This is for 2 servings, but it feeds the 3 of us, no problem. And then I got 2 of these, the Herbie pork sauce sandwiches, but I got ground turkey with cranberry sauce, and then the sweet potatoes, and then the tangy mayo dip. So I got 2 of these, so that will be equivalent to 4 burgers, so that will feed the 3 of us, and then there will be leftovers one night for Andrew, because he loves burgers, he loves sweet potato fries. And I do find that all of the 2 servings definitely can feed 3 people. So then I got the almond crusted chicken. I find these ones here are definitely more just for 2 people compared to like the pasta or the other meals. So hubby and I will have that one night because Andrew won't be a fan, and then he has the extra burger. And then for the last night, I just got this. It's beef chili wraps. I thought it was something different. Last week we had like cheeseburger ones, and I really like them. So it comes with a salad. Andrew doesn't like that. I'll do some like either homemade fries or something out of the freezer, or fruit salad to go with it. But 2 of these is enough instead of like 3 each, says it comes with 6 wraps. So I wanted to give this a try just to see how it would go. So anyways, that is our meals for the week. I have lunches prepped for the next couple of days, and I don't need to worry about any of this. It's Monday. That's really what I've been trying to do to kind of set us up for success. So that is all taken care of, and I am very thankful for that. It has been over 16 hours, so I am going to try my cold brew. I got this pitcher from Amazon. There's a lot of them up there, and there's all different prices and when they'll be delivered. And I just take the filter out, and I'm just going to dump it into the compost, and then I just put it in the sink, and then just hot soapy water just gets it clean, and then I just put it upside down to dry. I definitely could have added a little bit more water here. It was very strong, but I just take a little bit of Kleenex and wipe out the residue at the top, put the lid back on, shake it, and then I have some ice. And then I just put a little bit of the 0 sugar caramel macchiato creamer. I probably could have put a little bit of the sugar-free syrup. I definitely felt like it needed because it was very strong. And then I did buy the cold foam, but honestly, I would not repurchase it again. I don't really find it makes that big of a difference. But this really was a good, strong cup of coffee. We'll wrap up this video. Coffee was strong but good. The other one that I made was Twix. I think I like the Twix better than the Snickers, but I have some chocolate peanut butter Premier protein. I think will be really good with that. Just to kind of change things up, but I have been very happy with the cafe latte, just with the regular cold brew. It's not a lot of sugar, it's a little bit of extra caffeine, and the 30 grams of protein really sets me up for success. And just taking the last 2 weeks off, it was really just kind of a nice break from routine. I think everybody kind of needed it, and I'm feeling so much better, and I'm very thankful for that. I had a pretty rough June, and after having a couple of appointments with more of a specialist that has had other patients going through what I'm going through with like fibroids and very heavy periods and all of that, trying out this medication, and he said he's had a lot of success with it for his patients. Very reassuring, very comforting, and I might need a second dose just to get things, you know, hopefully moving to the next thing, and hopefully not having to have surgery and all of that, but only time will tell. But definitely feels good to be feeling so much better. What a difference it made, and I don't think I really realized how bad I was feeling, how worn out physically and just mentally from everything. It feels good to be feeling back to my old self like I was kind of at the beginning of May, and just trying to do that complete lifestyle change. So anyways, I just wanted to share a little bit of that with you yesterday, you know, just doing a little bit of prep in the morning. That Greek salad, I'm kind of over it. I think I've made it like 3 or 4 times already. The rice bowls are for the next couple of days. The cheesecake, definitely an indulgence, but it was something I wanted to do for Father's Day. And I really think, I didn't look at the whole recipe from Sally's Baking Addiction. The cornstarch, the water, and the sugar, you could use a sugar substitute too if you didn't want to use just regular sugar. I think any kind of seasonal fruit, it would probably work. And I think it would be really good for like cottage cheese, even just some plain Greek yogurt that has a higher protein on pancakes. And of course, if you're doing a no-bake cheesecake, it's a really great topping. So I just wanted to share that with you, and it is very good. So we'll be having a little bit here and there, and just kind of we'll go with that. But I always like a little something something after dinner, so that will be very enjoyable, and I wanted to share it with you. But HelloFresh, we're on about our 7th week of it. We have coupons that we've been using. They get mailed to us whenever our subscription isn't active, and then I just kept like using them over and over. Like whenever I go to cancel, I just enter a new code. It's been working for us. My husband actually really likes it too, and what I like about it, the variety of the meals, the portion size, the clean ingredients, it's working really well for us. Even my husband, he's doing really great. He's like gone down a pant size. He's back to like his old pants again. He's feeling really great, and I'm feeling really good too. I did get on the scale yesterday because I wanted to give you guys an update. 24 pounds since the middle of April. I will take that as a victory, because one of the side effects is like weight gain and all of that with this medication, and then also with everything else that I've been going through. I will take it as a victory to be down 24 pounds and like being consistent with everything. I really do feel like we're slow and steady making a good lifestyle change, and I think it's doing great for everybody. And I definitely want to get back into, you know, meal inspiration, doing some food prep, smaller portions, and, you know, cooking for 2 or 3 people. That's the thing that I have the hardest time with, is not making so much. I don't always want leftovers. Sometimes I just want dinner, and just trying to figure that out. And that's really where I like HelloFresh. It's not sponsored. I know you guys are tired of hearing about it. It's just one of those things that works for us. And I know some people, when they're doing different things, you know, like Jenny Craig or Weight Watchers, I think Factor meals a lot of people use. I think one of you said you tried them and you weren't very happy with them. It's just a kind of a tool, and it's really helped the past couple of weeks. But we also got the freezer last week from Costco, no, the week before, so I definitely want to do some like smaller serve freezer meals and all of that. But we are definitely in a heat wave. I really don't want to be in the kitchen a lot right now. I want to be out and enjoying, and we've been doing a lot of like decluttering and all of that with the house too, that I'll talk a little bit more about in the next couple of weeks. But anyways, I just wanted to check in with all of you. Thanks again for your patience, your understanding, and it just feels really good to be feeling a lot more like myself. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care, and we will talk to you all soon.